Welcome on in, guys. Tobin here with you. Thanks for checking out the channel. You know, it was appropriate that our friends over at JD stopped by today because I didn't think I was going to crack this open till heat season, to be honest with you. I thought this was going to be, but it kind of feels appropriate to take just a quickie poo sip because you know, you go into a year and you don't think. You know what some of the issues are going to be, right? We knew. You know, maybe we knew there was going to be some secondary issues, figuring things out with the tight end. See you later, Pharaoh Brown. Cool name. I guess not cool enough to stay on the roster. You know, the offensive line, you're hopeful. You get good news about Patrick Paul in camp. You're like, yeah, all right, that sounded kind of cool. Savaiinai doesn't look in over his head. Hopefully Austin Jackson gets healthy. Doesn't get his new Teron Armstead on. So, but you're feeling okay. You know, miss some nagging injuries here. Cheetah's dealing with the oblique, but his agent says he's going to be good to go. And, you know, Devon Achane's been out, but he should be ready and ramped up. You account for a lot of things. And you try not to believe in things like superstition and curses and mumbo jumbo like that. And then you get news today that Jason Sanders is not just out, but is going to be out probably the first month, maybe more, according to Adam Schefter. Hip injury. And so, first of all, I'm never listening to Mike McDaniel injuries. Not that you ever should. But he's like, yeah, baby, it's all good. Week 1. And then it's just like, nah. And so as soon as he was like very vague about it today, Adam Schefter's like, oof, you're going to have to IR that puppy. And it's just like one of these little obstacles like you wouldn't think was going to hop up and bite you in the ass. But yet here it is. Here it is to start this. It's almost laughable. It's like I don't even like Jason Sanders that much. You know, he's redeemed himself certainly after some Fat Cat seasons, but I'm not like the biggest Jason Sanders fan in the world. But I felt like our relationship had gotten to the point where, you know what, Jason? I feel like I can trust you. You know, maybe you're getting booted out of the league because kids are kicking 70-yarders now and you're getting a little long in the tooth. But Jason Sanders, like 27. But either way, like you still trust Jason Sanders, right? Like he's kind of redeemed himself after some crappy years, and you're just like, all right, we at least got Jason Sanders figured out. It won't be an issue. And now he's out for a month at least. At least a month with a hip injury, which, by the way, that is an injury of the old. And I just, So 2 weeks to go find a kicker, which last year the Dolphins had to do like the long snapper do-si-do, where like every week, a miracle that it wasn't a disaster for the Dolphins. Really, a true miracle. Whoever scouted that last year, I know everybody's thrilled about this Ackerman fellow, but true tip of the cap last year to doing like long snapper roulette and it not really ending in disaster for the Dolphins. Quite incredible. But again, of all the things you didn't think you'd have to deal with this year, you would have thought, by George, the kicker will be good to go. And something comes up, flares up. The last preseason game. And they're like, let's check that out. Oops. I mean, are you just f***ing kidding me with this? It's like you can't make up this stuff. It's really wild. Jason Sanders. Unbelievable. So that's the news today. Who they go get, I don't freaking know. You guys, I saw Mike Badgley, former Canes kickers out there. Like, who the hell do you go get? Is it Grammatica hanging around? Is there a Borogalis in the house? Like, who do you go get for a situation like this? I don't know. You know, like, can you get somebody from Inter Miami to step in and figure this thing out? What do you do? It's just, I guess you're going to go for fourth down a lot. That's for sure. But holy hell. And then it's also like, oh, he has a hip injury? Yeah, he doesn't need surgery, but it'll heal. Will it? An injury like that for a kicker, that's swell. Because, like, let's put the 4.5. Let's put a 6.7 on it. You know, let's over-aim because nobody's being honest about this stuff. Wild. Jalen Wright, he's also going to be out week 1. Mike McDaniels is not too far after that. So I guess by his honesty, Jalen Wright's going to be out for a month too. Which, you know, I mean, look, Ollie Gordon has definitely made the sting of that dissipate. That's certainly been the case. But also, like, I don't want to bury Jalen Wright's all his stock just because of how last season ended. I don't want to just be like, oh, the dude's a bum. He can't do it. I would have liked to have all the horses there to figure that thing out. And now that's not the case. He does anticipate that Austin Jackson's going to be back. And that Kenneth Grant's going to be good to go. He better be. And Liam Eichenberg's not coming back. But, like, you know when people talk about, like, hey, don't – it's speaking of Eichenberg, this has been a big point of topic. And I don't want to beat this too much. But, like, people will still sit here and they're trying to make, like, you're going to miss Eichenberg. And I'm telling you, no, I won't. But they keep wanting to, like, you couldn't make that argument with Jason Sanders. Like, Jason Sanders, I think, is probably, like, maybe we've been ingrate bastards to him. And you can make the case, like, oh, now you're going to miss him. Like, yeah. Now you can make that case. That's when you make that argument. That's when you make the argument in sports of, like, you guys talked a whole lot of shit about him, and now look at you, quivering in your boots that you might lose a road game to Indy because of a kicker, a rando kicker that you got to have, which you'd be right. And I don't know. Like, what does one do? Do you just, like, do you assemble them like the Avengers? Where does one go find the kickers? Like, do you blow on the conch shell like Ron Burgundy and you hope Baxter shows up? I don't know. But, like, are you just kidding me? Like, of all the comedic things, the heartbreaking comedic things that could just be dropped in the lap of this team, you're like, need a good start to the season. All right. It's all divisional games. All right. One of them is going to be against the Bills. Ugh. And also, just on top, but Bills always on 3 days rest because that's how you play the Bills. And then also, by the by, how would you like to do it without your kicker? It's like, in the sport where, like, everything is decided by one possession. Awesome. That's just swell. That's just peachy keen in my book. You gotta be just, like, absolutely yanking my chain here. This is crazy to be here in this situation. It's like, all right, maybe you'll have a situation where you get off to a good start and all the Tyreek Hill drama can melt away and there's nobody having this pressure on them and the vibes are high and all that, but you got to do it without getting field goals. Insane. Just no mercy, dude. That's what this is. This just feels like absolute no freaking mercy when it comes to this Murphy's Law team that just has every obstacle drop out of the sky. And whether it be, all you need is a healthy season from your quarterback, shabang. No, you don't. And, you just need your left tackle to stay healthy for a season. No, that's not going to happen. You guys have a little bit of an issue at cornerback. How about we eliminate 3 of them off the roster? You need a season of Tyreek Hill to bounce back. How about he deals with an oblique injury all year? And so it's kind of like I'm really trying to be optimistic. I'm not trying to be a coward. I want to go into this season. It's football. Who wants to go into a season doom and gloom? I'm trying to have a brave face. And yet, kicker goes down. The kicker. Like, kidding me.